The forest was quiet, its trees standing like sentinels. The faint aroma of blossoms blended with the whisper of winds. I sat on the moss-covered earth, feeling the world's weight on my chest. I had journeyed far to find answers. My fears overwhelmed me as I recalled moments of failure. I was consumed by doubt and questioned the pursuit of peace. The Buddha appeared, serene yet vibrant. His presence radiated warmth, like sunlight melting frost. He sat silently before me. His gaze met mine, compassionate yet penetrating. "Why do you fear that happiness will elude you forever?" he asked. I hesitated, gathering my thoughts. I have sought happiness tirelessly, but my efforts lead to fleeting satisfaction and persistent despair. The Buddha picked up a small stone from the ground, holding it gently. An unexamined mind is heavy, like this stone. He placed the stone down, his movements deliberate. "Let us examine the nature of your suffering," he said calmly. "Do you believe happiness is found through external pursuits? Are achievements the path to peace?" he inquired. His tone was firm. I lowered my gaze, reluctant to answer. I thought accomplishments and recognition would bring fulfillment, but they have left me hollow. The Buddha nodded, understanding my turmoil. The mind, untrained, craves attachment. It becomes entangled in desires that are impermanent. He gestured to the flowing stream nearby. "See how the water moves effortlessly. It does not cling to its surroundings." The stream sparkled under the light, weaving its own path. Cultivating inner peace is similar to understanding the nature of flow. "Tell me," he continued, "what lies at the heart of your fear? Why does unhappiness overshadow your existence?" I swallowed my anxiety and admitted, "I am afraid of inadequacy, of failing to find a purpose or meaning in life." The Buddha leaned forward slightly, his posture attentive. "Inadequacy stems from comparison, but the truth lies within your being, not others. Imagine walking in the mountains, chasing distant peaks while ignoring the beauty of the path beneath your feet," he explained. "The present moment holds treasures, but a restless mind overlooks them," he added, his voice steady as flowing water. I closed my eyes, letting his words sink into my consciousness. How can I untangle this restless mind? It dominates me. "You must train it," the Buddha said firmly. "Focus on breath. It is the anchor to understanding impermanence and presence." He paused, letting silence fill the space between us. "When was the last time you truly listened to your breath?" I realized my ignorance toward such simplicity. My breaths are shallow, hurried, consumed by my anxious thoughts, I confessed regretfully. The Buddha smiled softly. "Shallow breaths mirror shallow focus. Begin by observing the rhythm of life within you," he advised. "Breathe deeply, and you will find clarity. Each inhale and exhale is a reminder of life's delicate dance," he continued. I tried, feeling air fill my lungs, listening as I exhaled. It felt unfamiliar yet grounding. My thoughts began to settle. "Do not chase after happiness as though it's distant. It exists in the peace cultivated within. Moment by moment," he said. "Imagine the deer that wanders far, seeking pristine water. Its thirst blinds it to the stream beside its home. Do not be that deer," he remarked gently. "Turn inward and understand the roots of your suffering and your inner fears." I opened my eyes, feeling tears forming. My search has blinded me to what is within. I have neglected myself. "Neglect is healed through awareness," the Buddha responded. "Transform awareness into loving kindness toward yourself and others. Begin there. How can I extend kindness to others when I feel so empty within?" I asked, uncertain of my ability to heal. "Kindness begins as a ripple. The smallest act can echo outward. Peace within births peace beyond," he stated with conviction. He gestured toward the sun setting. "The day, with its brightness, fades into dusk, but it continues as it is meant to. Your happiness is not fading forever. It will emerge as you learn to cultivate your mind. Undeterred by transience, he reassured. His presence evoked a sense of comfort I had never experienced before. It was as though I stood lighter under his gaze. I watched the stream again, reflecting on its movement, realizing how it mirrored the nature of life. Flow without clinging, I murmured. The Buddha nodded approvingly. Flow with grace, aware of each passing moment, and trust the process of transformation, he declared. Night descended upon the forest, the stars shimmering as guardians of our conversation. I felt a stillness I had never known. The Buddha rose, his movements fluid. Continue practicing awareness, my friend. This path requires effort, yet it offers boundless serenity, he said. I bowed deeply, filled with gratitude for his presence and wisdom. Thank you, Master, for teaching me to listen within, I whispered. He turned and began walking into the shadows of the trees. His teachings lingered in my heart. A spark of hope ignited. For the first time, I understood the necessity of cultivating inner peace. The journey inward became my path forward. Another day, the sun rose, painting the horizon with shades of gold. The world awakened with a gentle hum of life. I walked among the trees, carrying the ache of lingering anger within me. My steps were hesitant, my heart heavy. The memory of a betrayal haunted me like a storm cloud. I could not shake the weight of resentment. The Buddha sat beneath the Bodhi tree, his presence as calm as the still waters of a tranquil lake. He looked up as I approached, his gaze understanding. You carry a burden today, he observed with quiet clarity. I nodded, lowering my head. Master, I am haunted by anger. A friend wronged me, and I cannot forgive him. The Buddha gestured for me to sit beside him. Anger is a flame that consumes the one who holds it, he said. His words struck me, but I struggled to let go. How can I release it when the wound feels so deep? The Buddha picked up a clay pot from the ground, filled it with water, and handed it to me. Carry this. I held the pot carefully, its weight manageable at first. What does this mean, Master? I asked, confused. Walk with it until I ask you to return, he replied. His voice steady. Tell me how it feels. I began walking, the pot in my hands. At first, the weight seemed insignificant, barely an inconvenience to my steps, but as time passed, the pot grew heavier. My arms ached, and I wished to set it down. I returned to the Buddha, placing the pot before him. Master, the longer I carried it, the heavier it became. He nodded, his expression calm. So it is with anger. The longer you cling, the heavier your burden grows. But Master, I began, my voice tinged with frustration. The pain feels justified. His betrayal wounded my trust. The Buddha took a dried leaf and crumbled it in his hand. What remains of this leaf? He asked. Fragments, I replied, watching the dust fall to the ground. Its form is gone, leaving only remnants behind. Anger crumbles the soul like this leaf, he explained. Clinging to it only scatters pieces of your peace to the wind. I lowered my gaze, feeling a flicker of shame. How do I let go of something that has defined my pain? Understand its impermanence, he said, his tone unwavering. All emotions, like seasons, pass. Anger too will dissolve in time. But the memory remains, I argued. The betrayal is like a scar that refuses to fade. Memories are imprints, not chains, he responded. You cannot erase them, but you can choose not to dwell on them. The Buddha pointed to the stream nearby. Water flows freely, shaping paths yet never clinging to rocks. Be like the water. His metaphor resonated, but my heart resisted. It is difficult, Master. The hurt feels ingrained, like roots in the earth. Even roots wither when starved of sustenance, he replied. Stop feeding your anger with attention, and it will lose its power. I looked at the crumbled leaf again, its fragments scattered on the ground. Must I forgive to let go? I asked hesitantly. Forgiveness is not for the other, but for your own freedom, he said. It releases your heart from the prison of resentment. I closed my eyes, imagining the memory as a flame. How do I extinguish this fire that consumes me? Breathe deeply, he instructed. Each breath is like rain that soothes the flame. Focus on the present, not the past. I breathed slowly, the air filling my lungs, and exhaled with intention. The heaviness in my chest began to ease. Replace anger with compassion, the Buddha added. See the one who wronged you as flawed, like you, but not unforgivable. His words stirred something within me. Compassion, I repeated, tasting the word. How do I cultivate it when my anger resists? Compassion grows through understanding, he replied. Ask yourself what suffering led them to act in a way that caused you pain. I pondered his question, recalling my friend's struggles. He acted out of fear and desperation, I admitted quietly, my anger softening by seeing his humanity. You begin to heal your own wounds, the Buddha said, his voice a soothing balm. I opened my eyes, feeling lighter than before. The burden feels less now, Master. I will strive to let go, he smiled gently. Remember, it is a practice. Each day offers a choice to cling or to release, to suffer or to heal. The sun began to set, its light golden and forgiving. The forest seemed to hum with renewed life. I stood, bowing deeply to the Buddha. Thank you, Master, for guiding me toward the path of compassion and inner peace. He rose gracefully, his presence unwavering. Go forth with kindness in your heart. The flame will extinguish as you nurture the light within. The memory of his words stayed with me, a guiding star in my journey toward healing and wholeness. That night, as I lay beneath the vast sky, I felt a sense of release. The burden of anger began to fade. The Buddha's teachings echoed in my mind. A gentle reminder peace comes when we release the chains of anger and embrace compassion. With each breath, I felt the possibility of freedom. I understood that the path to inner peace was now mine to walk. Another day. The morning air carried a crisp stillness. The forest shimmered with dew, and nature seemed to hold its breath. I walked along the path, pondering the fleeting nature of peace. It seemed elusive, like a shadow escaping the sun. The memory of tranquil moments withered under the weight of daily struggles. I yearned for permanence in a transient world. The Buddha sat nearby, his presence radiating calm. He gestured to me to join him under the shade of the trees. His gaze was steady, like a lighthouse guiding lost ships. You search for lasting peace, he said, his voice gentle. I lowered myself to the earth, my shoulders burdened by longing. Master, my peace comes and goes. How do I sustain it? The Buddha picked up a wildflower and held it delicately. This flower thrives because it is nurtured. Peace, too, requires care. He placed the flower down, its petals vibrant under the sun. Tell me, how do you attempt to hold on to peace? I sighed deeply, admitting my confusion. I meditate, I reflect, and I practice kindness. But my mind slips into chaos so easily. The Buddha nodded, his expression understanding. The mind is like a garden. Without attention, weeds grow and choke the life within. But even when I tend to my thoughts, distractions uproot my efforts, I replied, frustration evident in my tone. Distractions are natural. Like the wind bending the grass, he said calmly. Return gently to the present, without judgment or despair. I struggled to comprehend his words. Master, how do I protect peace from the storms of life? Peace is not protected by walls, but by resilience, he explained. It bends like bamboo, adapting to life's uncertainties. The Buddha pointed to the stream nearby. See how the water flows regardless of obstacles. Peace flows when the mind remains flexible. I watched the stream, its movement continuous yet unyielding, Flexibility, I murmured, unsure how to embody such a quality. He gestured to my breath. Begin with this simple rhythm. The breath is constant, yet ever-changing, grounding you in both flow and stillness. I inhaled, focusing on the sensation, then exhaled slowly. Each breath connected me to the present moment like an anchor. Now tell me, the Buddha asked, what brings you joy? Where does your happiness flourish before it fades? I considered his question carefully. Joy comes from moments of connection, of kindness shared, yet these moments feel fleeting. He smiled, nodding knowingly. You chase permanence in joy. Yet joy, like the seasons, is impermanent, meant to ripple and pass. How do I accept impermanence without despair? I asked, my voice tinged with hesitation. By embracing the ebb and flow as natural. Peace grows through acceptance, not through resistance, he said firmly. The Buddha leaned forward slightly. Cultivate gratitude for moments of peace. Let them inspire your heart to seek serenity anew. I closed my eyes, recalling moments of joy, letting gratitude blossom within me. It felt like rain nourishing parched soil. Do you understand? Now that peace is nurtured, not attained? He asked gently. It is a process, not a destination. I opened my eyes, the weight on my chest lighter. Yes, Master. Peace is a garden that requires constant care. He nodded. Feed it with mindfulness, water it with compassion, and shield it with wisdom. This is how it flourishes. The wind carried the faint scent of blossoms, a reminder of life's beauty. I felt the stirrings of contentment within. The Buddha gestured toward the horizon. Even the sky changes, its colors fleeting. Yet it remains vast, encompassing all. Be like the sky. Expand your mind with acceptance. See the impermanence of peace not as loss, but as renewal, he continued. I watched the sky, its hues shifting from golden to deep blue. It mirrored the movement of life itself. Master, I began. What if I falter? What if I lose the path and my peace slips away entirely? He placed a hand lightly on the earth beside him. The path remains, even when unseen. Return gently, without shame or judgment. His reassurance comforted me, like a balm soothing wounds. How do I strengthen my resolve to walk this path? Resolve strengthens through consistency, he replied. Small actions, repeated daily, build a foundation of peace and resilience. The Buddha rose gracefully, his movements fluid and intentional. Begin today, with one breath, one moment of presence. The sunlight filtered through the trees, painting the forest floor in dappled light. I felt the stillness permeate my being. I bowed deeply, grateful for his wisdom. Thank you, Master, for teaching me to cultivate peace as an ongoing journey. He walked away, his silhouette blending into the forest's shadows. His teachings lingered, a beacon illuminating my path forward. That evening, I sat by the stream, listening to its song. It reminded me of the flow within my soul. I breathed deeply, letting gratitude and acceptance fill me. The burden of permanence no longer weighed me down. The Buddha's words echoed in my mind. Peace is not a treasure to be kept, but a garden to be tended. As night fell, I felt an unmistakable sense of harmony. The journey to inner peace had truly begun.